This webinar will be hosted by Carlos, our language technology trainer at KantanLQR. Carlos has a rich academic background in translation studies and has worked in the University of Salamanca as a research assistant. He also has extensive project management experience in the localization industry. Now, without further delay, I'll pass on the microphone to Carlos, who will introduce you to the latest developments in automated translation workflow and how this can be used in the university curriculum. Thank you. Carlos, the floor is all yours.
Thank you very much, Palome. Thank you, everybody, for attending this webinar. I'm going to share my screen. I'm not sure if you can see that. I hope that you can right now. And I'm going to, or I'm here just to present KantanLQR, as you all know already. And KantanLQR will help you perform your reviews directly on KantanMT and on the KantanMT platform. As you know, whenever you enter the platform, you will be able to access KantanLQR and perform the reviews directly there. And it will provide you with scores and information on the projects. So now, what is the importance of an LQR? So, as you know, when we are trying to process the improvement of an engine or just the creation of an engine, what we normally do is follow the same steps, which is just creating an engine until it's ready for translating. And then after that is ready for translating, we start testing the engine to see its performance. So what we do normally is we add training data. You all know that to build the engines, we need the bilingual, monolingual, or stock data just to build the engine to get it with linguistic information and to make it work, to make it translate. But before that, after adding the training data, we build the engine. And after building the engine, we always check the scores just to see how we are performing on fluency, on accuracy, or on the post-editing effort, normally. Once we have checked that, what do? We add more training data normally. We add glossaries, we are monolingual data, or any other kind of data that we think that is going to help the engine improve the quality. And we build again. And once we have built again, we check the scores again, obviously. And once we are happy with the scores, once we have reached some scores that we think that are good and that are showing a good quality for our engine, this is the moment where we are going to be performing the LQR. So we pass into the LQR phase. And on the LQR phase, how are we going to prepare the LQR? So we normally run a translation through the engine. Once it's built, we have said already that the engine is displaying the good scores. So we get our untranslated text sets. We select some text that could be reflecting what we are going to be using the engine for. All the text types or the documents that we receive from the client, something that is representative of this text type, and we use it as test set just to run a translation through the engine. And then we have the translated files. So when we have the files translated, what we do is just we set up the LQR. We send that to our post editors to go through all the segments and to check the quality and the different aspects of the translation to see how we can improve the engine. So what do we need to set up the LQR? So first of all, we need our test sets, we saw as the first one, and then we need to select the KPIs. For the KPIs, the indicators that we have defined in our platform, we have based on the MQM system, which is this one that you can see now, all these patterns and all these aspects will be checked. Not all these, but we have based our predetermined KPIs. The KPIs that we are showing in the platform are based on these MQM, which are representing the industry and standards, and on the aspects that we need to check, or the translations. So after that, we can just count on our post editor just to add it to the project. And to see that, we are going directly into the platform to see how we can set up the projects and perform an LQR directly there. So let me just jump into the platform itself right here, as you can see. So this is the platform as itself. Once you access the platform, you will be displaying this view, and here, as you can see, this is KantanLQR. Everything is showing KantanLQR, of course, because this is KantanLQR. And the main core, or the main heart of the KantanLQR is this dashboard here. From here, you can just create the project, add the KPIs, add the reviewers, and add the test data. I will show you right away how to do so. But first of all, just check the list of the projects that you have. You see different icons here, and then you have different buttons here where you can check different things. First, well, after this dashboard, you can check this summary here you have on the right, and this is where you can see a summary of the different aspects that you have checked, all the KPIs. For example, test data, you see how this is performed, and if it's finished, as you can see here, because we're checking this finished project here, and then you can see the adequacy, the fluency, the overall quality, the style, the syntax, and the tech. Tech is related just to check any issues related to the project specifications mainly. So after that, you have here on the lower part, you have Kantan Insight. This is where you will receive some tips and instructions on what you can do in every one of these pages here that you will be seeing of these tabs. So as you can see here, you have a description of the tabs, for example. But if you go into any of the rest, you will see different actions and tips that you will be receiving on everything that you can perform right there. Okay. So right now, to create a new project, what you can do is just come here, you click new, as we're going to do. Oh, I was locked out. Sorry. Let me go back. There we are. So I have to go back to KantanLQR. There we are. Now we are in KantanLQR. So I click new, as I was going before, and I just give a name to the new project. Okay, new project, and click next. I create a source and attacker language. For example, I'm going to pick English into Spanish, right there. And I click next, and then I can pick a start date. Could be today, could be tomorrow. I will leave it on today, and then we can pick an end date. This is set up for October, but if I want to perform that until the 4th of September, would be okay. We select that and we click next. Then we have a summary. We check the summary and we click create. Now we can see our project displayed here, and as you can see, it's active, because to make it active, you only need to click on that, and you will be seeing all these indicators that you have here. So now it's created, but it's not finished. You need to add the KPIs, the reviewer, and the test data just to have it finished. As you can see, you have this end of the line bar here, just showing that this project cannot be sent to a reviewer because it's not finished. You need to add all these aspects. So now we can go to the KPIs to add the KPIs. And to add the KPIs is quite easy. What you need to do is just come and click on the button add. You click there, and you have to select two types of KPIs: the compulsory or the non-compulsory KPIs. So to select the compulsory, you just click on this bar and you select the one that you need to add there. So for example, we are going to add adequacy, overall quality, and syntax and grammar if we need to add them for these project. These are the KPIs that we have selected, and we have them here as preset KPIs. But from now on, we are going to be able to add our own KPIs. This is a new feature that we are going to be introducing soon in the platform, and everyone that wants to create their own KPIs, they can create them by themselves and add them there, and have their reviewers checking them anytime. So now that I have created the compulsory KPIs, I click next, and I go to the optional KPIs. So for example, I'm going to add the other three as optional KPIs, so we can see all of them and how they are displayed later on when we perform the review. So we click next, we have them here, and then we click add. There, you can see that. So for example, if you have all these KPIs, but after that you realize that, for example, for you is really important the fluency, and you want to change that as compulsory, there's no problem. The only thing you need to do is just delete it and then go back and add it again as compulsory. So we're going to do it now. Here we have fluency, we can remove that. We say yes, we want to remove that. Once it's removed, we come back to add, and when we have to select the compulsory KPIs, I add fluency. I click next, I select no optional KPIs, I have no one available, so I click next and add. And now we have our list, and fluency is compulsory. So it's quite easy and straightforward, as you can see. So now we want to add the reviewers. So to add the reviewers, we have to follow the same process. It's as easy as coming here, click add, and we will receive this window. And on this window, we can introduce the email address of our reviewers, and it will be as easy as that. So for example, I have one here, which is myself. I'm going to add me. But if I want to add a new reviewer, I can only take new reviewer or any other email address, and it will be added there. So you click there and you will have it here. I'm not going to add it because this is a fake address, but you can do it if you need to. Yeah, you click there, you click next, you receive the summary, and you click add, and you will see that it's added. And at this very moment, the reviewer has received an email saying that there is a review, an LQR project available for him. So you can go there, he can go there, click on the email, and he will be sent to the KantanLQR platform, where he can introduce his or her data and access there to perform the LQR. After that, the only thing that is left will be the test data. So to add the test data, we click on add, and we have two windows. Well, we have one window here, and we have one box here where we can add the source segments. I have prepared some here. I have some here, so some segments. They should be, all of them should be aligned. The source and the target, as you can see here, should be aligned by lines with displayed here. So you have here, this will be the source segment. This is the translation that we have run through the engine. And once we have them, I have prepared them here in a TXT. I have made sure that I have the same number of lines as you can see here. We have 24 here, and I have 24 here. So it's aligned. I make sure of that. So I copy this text, I go back to the platform, and I paste it here. It's pasted. Now I see it's there. So I click next. And I do the same with the target segments. So I go to target, I select that, I copy, I come here and paste. And that's it. Now I click next. I see a summary of the length of the segments, so character, words, and lines. I see that the lines are the same, so I'm okay with that. I have made sure that it's aligned and it's corresponding. Every segment is corresponding to the translation, and then I click add. Even though I received this warning, just to make sure that I don't want to add any more data, so as I'm okay with that, I will click OK, and that's it. So if we go back to our project list, we see that our new project has a new different icon here. this round icon, it means that it's ongoing. If you leave that there, it says that it's running. So you can see the different icons here. You see this is not completed, so it's not fully defined, but it means that we need to add any of these data that we haven't added, KPIs, reviewer, or test data. Maybe one of them has not been completed, so it's waiting there. And then we have this green tick, which means that the project is completed. So we can check that. So now, if we go back to our project, it's running, so we will have to go into the reviewer side. So I'm going to go log out of the platform, and I'm going to log in as the reviewer. So I have my reviewer address. I come here, and I see my projects here. So I have this project finished. I have the ongoing project that we saw on the other page, and we see all new project. This new project, that this is the one that we have created. So we have here the source and target language. We have the progress. The progress is displayed here, and the end time for which I have to have the review finished. So we have different icons here. You can see that this one is the only active. So if I click that, this is the way of accepting the project. I click there, and the rest of the icons are available. Not this one, because this is for the overview, but I can click here to start the review. If I click here, I will go directly into the review. So this is where our reviewer is going to see. As you can see, we have the text that we need to review. We have the source, the target, a box where we can change something from the target if we need to, the previous segment, and the later segment. So we do like that because the system is going to be picking up as different segments, not in the same order, just to make sure that everything gets reviewed based on the previous and the later segment, and it gives more context for that. So you can go there, see that if it's okay. We can edit if we need to edit. We can change that if we need to change anything, and then we can add a comment if we need to add a comment, like I don't know, if we feel that this comma is not well there, we can say just like comma not necessary. If so, we can say that, and then we can add all these KPIs. So for adequacy, we can establish this one. Overall quality, syntax and grammar, we can select any of this option, any or different. If we don't like these, we can pick some of them. You see? And then fluency, we like the fluency, we can go for that. And then style, this is the compulsory. As you can see, we can click here if we need to add something on style, or on tech. If we don't need to add anything on tech, we can leave it as it is. And then we click on next. We go to the following one, we check this one, we see that. We see that if it's okay, we can say that it's okay. Just leave it there. Everything is good. So we can see if everything is okay or not. We can leave it blank. And here, maybe we can add something if we need to add something, and that's it. Click on next, and we go to the following one. If we want to stop at any point, we can click the button finish, but we have to finish reviewing these segments. So if we enter here in this segment, we have to review that, see if it's okay. If it's okay, we add our scores. We see if it is, if it's not, for example, that, and then we can click finish. Just before finishing this will be on hold, and you can come back to the segment anytime. But you can see that this is monitored by time, so you can see the time invested on every segment. So if we click finish right now, we will go back. This is our project. We have a 12%, and our reviewer can come here to check the segments and see them. You see, these are the same segments that he or she has edited. You can click here to go back if he needs to change anything. For example, this one, you can change that and click finish and go back. And it will be able to go on at any time if he clicks here on the pen button there. So just imagine that we have finished this project. I'm going to go back to my project manager profile of KantanLQR. I go there, and Imagine that we have finished the project. We have finished that. So what we can do on the project manager side is go to check the scores. We click that here and check project summary, and we see an overview of all the scores. So you can see this is the overview. You have the project, if it's finished or not, the adequacy, the breakdown, the distribution of the segments of the scores, the fluency, the overall quality. So you can see it's for all of them. But if you want to go more in depth, what you can do is just go into a report for all of the segments and how they have been reviewed. If you click here, you will see the source, the translation, the differences, if there's any, and the score for this particular KPI for adequacy in this case is a 5. You want to overall, so you can check all of them, and you can see the reviewers, even the reviewers, how they are, and you have a report on all the test data right here with the marks and all the KPIs marked here. So if you go back to the project, there's another thing that you can do at any time, that is pausing the project. If you see that you need to pause it, what you can do is just come here, click pause, and it will be paused. That's it. You can restart it at any time. So this is more or less the platform itself. This is how KantanLQR works. So what can you do about that? If we go back to the presentation, what you can do after that, after the LQR, is just with the feedback that you will be receiving, you can create packs, you can create more glossaries that you put them in the engine, and this engine will reduce the post-editing of the whole project that you will be performing afterwards. So it means that your engine will be showing a higher quality. So that's all in the whole process. This is the whole process of translation with the engine. So you get the untranslated files, you put them in the engine, you send them to post-editing, you receive them as finished or publishable documents, and you feed this engine again with these documents as training data, and the scores of the engine will be improved finally with the help of these post-edited files. So this is how the LQR will help you in your process. And that's it, I think. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Carlos. That was a very interesting presentation. I can see KantanLQR becoming absolutely indispensable to machine translation. And we'll actually have a look and see if there are any questions. Once again, please feel free to send in your questions anytime. If you can give us a moment.
Let me see. Display there.
Thanks. We have one question. It's just about what would be the teaching application of KantanLQR, and how do you think it would be useful for students?
For students, well, I think it's a way of teaching students or helping them understand how the whole process works, because you can use the students to create the LQR projects. I mean, if you're going to show your students how to create an engine, how to develop an engine, the LQR is one of the most important phases of the latest phases, of course, of the engine development. And what you can do is just have your students creating an LQR project, just like a project manager. You can create the LQR project. They can create the test sets, put them through the engine, just add them to the platform, and then you can use another student. You can use them by pairs and use another student to review this project as another student's going to review hers. So you will have the students doing both tasks. One is creating the project, and the other one is post-editing the project. And the end of the whole task will be getting obtaining some conclusions on how the project was, how the engine is performing, if they need to create any rules or anything to improve the quality of the engine or something like that. So I think that would be quite useful.
Right. Thank you so much. And we have a few more questions. Two actually, Carlos, that you can get to, I think. Someone has asked, they want to know more about what KPI stands for. That's a key performance indicator, Carlos. So you can talk a bit more about that. But on the same line, there's another question about are the error categories customizable?
Yeah.
So would the KPIs be customizable? So if you want to talk a bit more about the KPIs and are they customizable?
Yeah, the KPIs. We selected some of the KPIs, as I said, from the NQM standards, and we added them as preset KPIs on the platform. But soon we are going to be implementing the feature of making them customizable. So they will be customizable really, really soon. I think next week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they're going to be customizable, and this is something really good for our clients or for our users, because they will be able to create their own KPIs and adapt the KantanLQR to their needs. That this is what we are looking for. So that's it.
All right. Thank you. And right, so you have another question, Carlos. Will the lecturers be able to assign both project managers and reviewer roles to the students? If so, or do they just have one role at one time?
They can. I mean, you can add both roles if you want, but you can add one project manager role and a reviewer role. So it's perfectly customizable, I think, from the point of view. But I don't know if the lecturers can. We can do it from here, from the management of the roles, but we can create only project management role or only reviewer roles. So you can just tell us and assign that to them.
We can always
get
it assigned from here, sure. That's definitely doable, I think.
Yeah, that is.
I suppose, Carlos, you have a few questions, but at this point, I think we should wrap up. Once again, it was a great presentation, Carlos. Thanks so much. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I hope you found the webinar useful, and we look forward to talking to you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to mail us at info@kantanmt.com or Louise. I'm sure you guys know Louise. That's LOUISEI@kantanmt.com. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.